in-depth interview. If you guys have some time tomorrow, we'd love to feature your project. So
I will never say no to an opportunity to talk about what I'm doing, so sure.
All right. Well, nice seeing you, Britt.
Good to see you.
All right. That was Britt from Privious, guys. If you guys like this content, definitely hit that like button. It helps promote this, and we'd like to get more coverage of these events. So here you can see some of the projects, guys, that are actually here in the background. All the sponsors are listed there. This is actually a pretty nice venue for all these projects to show off, what they're doing. And if you guys have questions, certainly put them in the chat. That's going to help me ask the questions. I'm certainly not an expert on this, and I'm kind of multitasking here as I'm kind of manning both the camera and the mic and trying to kind of make this stream actually useful for you guys. Here you can see the D-Goods folks with Blancos. I think that's where we left off, so let's take a look at this. Hey, what's going on? We are live. It's the EOS Phoenix channel. I wanted to
how's it going?
Share with you guys the D-Goods and Blancos, which is one of the more exciting projects, I think, built on EOSIO software.
That's right.
So why don't you tell the people a little bit about your project?
Sure. We're from Mythical Games. Can you get the logo here? We got Mythical Games right here.
Yeah.
We are a team of tech people, traditional game developers who came into blockchain, and we're building mass market games that leverage the EOS blockchain. We're also building tech that leverages the EOS blockchain. We're excited to be in the space. We announced our first game back in November, which is Blanco's Block Party, inspired by the vinyl toy market. We're big fans of things like true ownership and verifiable scarcity, supporting secondary player-to-player markets, and which is something that fits really well with vinyl toys. If you think about the physical vinyl toy world, people go to conferences, to Comic-Con to get the specific vinyl toy from the specific artist. So we felt it fit really well with blockchain. On top of that, we're building some tech. D-Goods is a standard that we're putting together with a bunch of really talented teams. I don't know if you can get that. Might be a bit tricky.
No, I got it. Yeah.
To standardize the way digital assets are handled on the blockchain. At the core of our game, we're going to be tokenizing all the assets. We're going to facilitate player buying and selling in a marketplace. And so, it's so early in the technology, there wasn't really, we didn't see really a good comprehensive way to accomplish that. So we got together with a bunch of teams and created a standard called D-Goods that basically is aimed at standardizing the way digital assets, digital goods are created and handled on the blockchain and unifying it within the development community. So, we don't want people to be reinventing the wheel and fragmenting the market. We want to pull them together so that we can launch our game and say, hey, Blancos is on all these wallets, it's on all these exchanges. We want other developers to benefit from that.
And just out of curiosity, what drove you to D-Goods, or what drove you to this project, you personally?
To D-Goods personally?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I worked on World of Warcraft. I was on the development team for a couple of years, and one thing that I noticed was we had these giant gray markets that surrounded that game. People were buying and selling items, whether we wanted it or not, right? And the downside of it was that we didn't get to participate. As Blizzard, we didn't get to participate. People could go and buy an item. They didn't have to play our game. We didn't financially benefit from it, but we had to support the players. This was a source of tension, and it's not new to just Blizzard or World of Warcraft. There are games all the way back to the 90s where people were buying and selling items. And so what we saw with blockchain was the ability to now, with smart contracts, to be able to allow developers to get to participate and to get to financially benefit from these secondary markets, which means they're incentivized to support them, right? But at the beginning of, or underneath all of this, there needs to be a way for that to be facilitated. If there's no standard sort of defining how that's done, then like I said, you can end up with a fragmented market where everyone's kind of doing it their own way. What we wanted to do with D-Goods was to unify that, because that's what we think this sort of digital asset economy is what we think is the real value, the big value that blockchain is bringing to games.
Yeah. That sounds phenomenal. So I know you guys were out South by Southwest, I believe.
Yeah.
You guys are here in San Francisco. I do my research. I do everything awesome. EOS, Cypher Glass. I've been a big game enthusiast, EOS enthusiast, so I cover this space almost on a weekly basis. I guess when you look at Blankos and D-Goods, you know, what are some of the new, the next events you guys are looking to be a part of, or where can people find out more about your project?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we like I said, we announced Blankos back in November of last year, and we announced it in the Gamers' Choice Awards in LA. You know, that was an example of sort of our focus. Our focus is mass market, and so we wanted to come out of the gates showing everybody in blockchain, showing everyone in the community that we're building a game for mass adoption. We followed that up with a big reveal at South by Southwest. We hosted the opening night party for the gaming track at South by Southwest, and we revealed gameplay for the first time, and again, another mainstream venue to put our game out. And we're going to continue to do that. We're pushing for mass adoption. We believe in it, and so we're going to continue to put our game into those mainstream channels in front of the mass market gamers. And so you can expect a lot more of that over the next few months from us.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. And yeah, if you guys are interested in that, definitely check it out. It looks very promising. I know a lot of you guys have covered that through the EOS Everything EOS channel, but I thought I'd get a little snippet for myself. While we're at it here, we got Rezi with the legendary Kent. All legends. Look at that. We got Kent. We got the live stream Kent. Anything you want to say to the people?
I want to say that thank you very much for everybody that watches my videos. A lot of people come up and say that they watch the videos. And I want to thank everybody for supporting EOS. And I want to thank all the people here because this has been a wonderful event. And everybody's really super nice. And we've had a lot of fun. So thank you for everybody, everything. This is a great community. And if you're involved with this community, you have a lot of things to be really happy about because this is going someplace. So.
Yeah. There you got the legend Rezi.
Hey.
Rezi sporting the fashion. You got the fashion going on.
Kinda.
So I think he's having all the legends, as he calls it, signing his hat, which I think is a phenomenal idea. Yeah, that'd be super dope.
Why not?
Crypto Feez, look at that. Gang has signed it. Man. See, I should have done that. I should have followed Rezi's following there to do that. And look we got the legend. Oh, we got to go on this side. Yeah. We got the other legend.
Wait,
we got DAPP stars.
What's good?
Enrique.
What's good?
What's happening, man?
What's poppin', man? Here at the EOS World Expo with my boy Phoenix. And to check in, you know what I'm saying?
Tell us, what's been your experience thus far?
My experience has been great, man. I've been looking forward to meet prominent big leaders in the EOS community. I got the chance to meet Phoenix here, after chatting in the gang chat room for months and, getting to know Feez, getting to know everyone, working on their projects, getting to know people. So it's been dope, man. Yeah, good time out here.
What has been the one project you would say stands out to you here in this event? You can name one. I mean, I know there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Challenge DAPP being one of them.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of projects out here, and Shantai, Emanate, Etom, there's so many big names out here. It's hard to choose one. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't really know where the project's going. So, but yeah, they're all exciting. Yeah.
I think we saw an appearance of Brock Pierce and some other prominent folks as well in EOS, so might be looking for some announcements maybe later. And then I know we have tomorrow as well, so really an exciting event. If you guys are around, I'd appreciate, give it a thought to come over and stop by and say hello.
Yo, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now because Phoenix is the only one live stream out of everyone here. That's what's up.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Enrique, for coming on the show. And hopefully, I think we talked about maybe doing something tomorrow with yourself, Feez, Rezi, all the
tomorrow, gang gets on, full blast tomorrow. We're gonna be on stage with Feez. He's gonna be performing
we gotta get that
EOS hit songs. The only EOS rapper that's hot out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be lit tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks,
well, that's cool. Thank you. Well, that was the legend Enrique from EOS DAPP Stars. If you guys need updates on EOS, that is basically the guy to go to, okay, on Telegram. You can go and basically minute by minute updates on everything EOS. So really cool stuff. Oh, we got the Privious. Check this out, guys. We got the kiosk for Privious. Serverless infrastructure. I'm going to see if I can get an interview with these folks here.
We are blockchain agnostic as well.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. So, why don't you take us through? What are we looking at with this project? This is Privious, right?
Yes, Privious.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tasia. I'm one of the co-founders, and what we're doing is actually we're solving a big problem. We want to enable DApps, decentralized applications, to really get decentralized, meaning they can also store their customer data in a decentralized way, do computations in a decentralized way, manage the access to the customer data in a decentralized way.
So what is the problem? What is the problem actually that you're trying to solve?
So the problem at the moment is, for example, for centralized companies, we are from Europe, and we have this, I don't know if you know about this new General Data Protection.
GDPR.
GDPR, exactly. And we see, for example, companies in Europe spent more than $7.8 billion only in 2017 to be compliant to this new law, because it's so much work for them. And what we're doing is we offer them a decentralized node network, which is 100% GDPR compliant on its own. And they don't need to be responsible for being GDPR compliant, because the node network itself is. What you can see here is our nodes. We have many EOS block producers as node providers as well. And what I just told you as well is we just released our multi-chain support, so we will onboard Telos and Wobbly and all the EOSIO-based chains, and we are currently building the adapters also to Ethereum and the other chains.
So how would that in theory work if say one has the EOS native token and they're looking to do transactions? How does Privious fit within that ecosystem? Can you kind of dive into that a little bit more about how in practice it would work, or how they would interact?
So actually what's the great part also of Privious is that we don't need a token, and it doesn't matter actually in which currency you pay our services. And that's also the thing why we can be blockchain agnostic, because you can say, hey, I want to pay this service in EOS tokens, or I want to pay it in Ether, or I want to pay it in fiat, and it doesn't really matter. What we do then is that we have revenue share with the node providers, so the node providers get a part of the revenue, and this depends on in which currency it's paid. Does this kind of answer the question?
I think it does, yes. So what are your next steps, or what are your plans throughout the end of this year, or maybe into next year?
So full focus right now is business development indeed. We are only a team of 5 people, and we're currently in the middle of fundraising to scale our business development team, because we have many corporates, traditional centralized companies such as insurances and companies in the medical device industry, energy companies who really want to store their data on our node network, and we really need a business development team to onboard them now. And by the end of 2019, we hope we are around 30 people and have a big project going on here.
Okay. So if folks want to learn a little bit more about your project, where can they go and find out about it?
It's www.slant.li. That's our website, and Twitter, and we are everywhere. We are on Telegram as well, so if you're on the website, you can check out everything.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for interviewing. That was the Privious slant, everybody. Hopefully you guys are liking that. Let's see what else we can find. How you doing? We got Phil Meissner. Am I saying that? Meissner.
Mesnier.
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 Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah.
The legend. Phil,
Hi.
what do you think about this event so far?
This is great. This is really crowded and really busy. I'm meeting lots of people and telling my story.
Well, for those that don't know Phil, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, I'm Phil Mesnier. I'm an engineer at Object Computing, and I help create EOS.
Is there a particular project that stands out in your mind, viewing what's been shown here today? Is there something that gets you excited? I mean, I know everything's excited, but if there's one project that maybe does it for you, what do you think that project would be? Because you have a great mind for finding talent, and you've been in this space for a long time.
Yeah, I've been in this space for a long time. There's a few around here. There's Emanate, Trade Stuff, Telos, EOS Studio. Really, everyone around here. These are all fantastic projects. I'm really amazed at the creativity and the work that's going into all these.
And I guess, looking forward in EOS, is there particular things that excite you in terms of the development, or where do you see the ecosystem going? I mean, we have a lot of projects. Obviously, there's a lot of interest in developing applications. In terms of the developments, are there things that excite you in particular?
Well, I'm in the weeds so much, it's really hard to say. I guess I'm just interested, I'm fascinated by all the side chains that are coming out that are creating new ways of using the basic EOS software and coming up with just total different domains.
Wow. I guess I had never thought of it maybe in that way. And also, I guess, solving the challenge of scalability, from all these blockchains we've seen over the years, and now to maybe finally see something that's able to do it and provide a solution for mainstream adoption.
Right. So, I think mainstream adoption is still a little ways away, but I think what we're doing with EOS, because it's an order of magnitude more transactions per second processing, makes it a lot closer. Now what we need to do is have more tools to make it simpler to use. And that's what we're seeing, like the guys over there with Or
ID. Yes.
Yeah. They're making it a lot easier to create an account and log in, and for mainstream adoption, you're going to need
those tools,
things like that, so that non-engineers can work with it. But there's a lot of people, a lot of these great apps where the barrier just getting across the threshold from not being a computer user to being a DAPP user, that's a really big threshold. Once you get across that, once you're in the field, then there's all sorts of great apps to use. But if you're one of the 99% out there who aren't blockchain savvy, that's a huge barrier of entry. So I think that's what's really interesting to me, is making it easier for non-engineers to use.
I'm kind of curious, along those lines, and those are great points, what is your opinion about liquid dApps and their proposal of this, dApp service providers for these tools? Are you a fan of that, or what is your take on that?
Well, honestly, I haven't researched liquid apps. I've heard of it.
Okay.
I think it sounds interesting, but I really don't have an opinion right now.
That's a fair answer. Okay. Well, anything else you want to tell the live crowd here that's viewing this on YouTube?
Have a nice day.
Thank you, Phil. That was Phil Mesnier from OCI Computing. Actually, one of the engineers who actually built the software for EOS. So, see who else we can find here. going on? You live.
Oh, awesome.
Tell people. What do you got working?
So we are Unbiased. It's a data and analytics platform based on blockchain. We use Telos blockchain, for example. And we provide insights on various projects. And we are releasing a new project soon, which provides insights on various Bitcoin and Ethereum and various cryptocurrency projects. So you can just go and see what's the community sentiment at any point in time, and you can correlate that with the price of the Bitcoin or Ethereum or different cryptocurrencies.
So what would be like a use case?
So if you're a basic investor without any background in cryptocurrency or blockchain in general, you can just come to the platform. You can get all the insights you need. You can get the basic information. You can see what's going on in the community at any point in time. If things are going bad, or like if the price is going down, you can actually see like what's really happening, like what's the news. And you can basically measure all kinds of insights. And it's not just limited to cryptocurrency, but you can also see like what's the public sentiment on Trump, for example. Yeah, you can basically see and monitor the information and public opinion polls and everything.
So how do you guys, so I'm kind of new to this project, but how do you guys guard against gaming of your system with some kind of reviews that are strategic to hurt a project?
Yeah, so that's always possible. We cannot really limit the data that's being generated across different social media platforms. But what we are trying to do is like, instead of relying on one social media platform that presents data according to your own particular algorithm or like your own mindset, what we are trying to do is like bring all the data from various social media platforms, bring opinions of everyone, so that we can visualize that information in an easy way, so you can get all the insights you need to make your own decision. Because as humans, we are kind of biased against one side, and the platforms today are designed towards that, so that they make you use more time. But in general, in reality, if you want to get like more detailed insights or more unbiased opinions, we need all the data that we can get to make the decision in a better way.
Very good. So, in terms of your project roadmap and gamification of getting users on board your system, what is your timeline and what is your roadmap? What is your go-to-market strategy?
So we are actually launching an application called FUD, which is kind of blockchain-specific domain, which will be launched during next month, which basically gives you all the insights you need. And based on that, it's more like a proof of concept that we are trying to do and get more feedback from the community. Based on that, we will actually release the main product at the end of this year. And we also launching another application in summer. So yeah, we're trying to grow together with the community and get more feedback and work on things rather than just delivering something and going for an ICO. We want to actually get the product out there and then do an ICO, for example.
And in terms of what you guys are building on, what are you guys building on some specific platform? Maybe you mentioned it, but...
Yeah, so we kind of using AI, big data, machine learning, NLP. But when it comes to blockchain, we are focused on Telos, for example. We are using EOSIO-based Telos blockchain. And we kind of have like a huge stake in Telos ourselves. So we are one of the core founding team members. So yeah, we think it's a really great blockchain, and like there are a lot of opportunities out there.
And do you guys see this becoming like a DAPP service provider of any kind, or do you have any opinions about like liquid DApps?
Sorry, could you repeat?
Liquid DApps.
Oh yeah.
Because
so when it comes to liquid DApps, I think it's kind of like still some way centralized service.
And I need to like mention that I'm not paid by liquid DApps. I'm actually just curious what other people think about this.
So when it comes to resource cost on the blockchain, that's one of the key reasons for liquid DApps today. And liquid DApps, in my opinion, is still kind of centralized because it's maintained by one single provider or service provider. But if you want to be completely decentralized platform, maybe you should use some kind of IPFS solution where you are not limited by one particular service provider. It's more like a generalized. And we have something on our blockchain. It's called DAPP IPFS. It's like Telos IPFS. So we are working with Filecoin, for example. Yeah, trying to create like a I don't know what you call link between Filecoin and also Telos. So you can basically store the data in a more decentralized way.
Very interesting. So where can people find more information about your project?
You can follow us on Twitter at unbiased_cc, and also like you can check out Unbiased website. So this is the logo. I don't know like if people can see it. Yeah, this is the logo.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Have a great day. Yeah, you too.
That was the Unbiased team, guys. So let's see what else we got. I was going to go back and see if this ORID project was available. Just a second, guys.